Workout go for you, and is this your first one?
Yeah, it's my first one. I think it went well. I think I really showed what I can do and bring to a team out there. And obviously with the running and stuff, I felt like I was in good condition, so I think I showed how to get showing out there.
What do you think when the Wizards plan to work out, knowing that they do have John Wall in place?
I mean, it was I was obviously questioning why they would want me, but at the same time, I know they need help on the back end. Coming off the bench, playing high minutes, obviously, and producing while John and them on the court, or even playing with John Wall out there.
And what do you think you can bring to an NBA roster?
Just the overall game. I think I can score at a high level, pass, get people involved, obviously, and play defense at a very high level. And obviously with John and Bradley Beal out there, I could space the court pretty well for them.
Do you have any future workouts planned with anybody?
To be honest, I'm just focused on this one. Figure that out when I get back to the hotel.
What was some of the feedback that you're getting from either Coach Brooks or Ernie Grunfeld?
Just that I did a good job out there. Obviously, I wanted to show everything that I could, and I felt like I did a good job of that.
How do you think you fit with the Wizards, given the current kind of roster that they have?
To be honest, I could fit right off the back. Obviously, John and Bill would probably be starting, but I'm here to fight, obviously. And whatever the coach tells me to do, that's what I'm going to do. So if I have to come off the bench, play a lot of minutes, get everybody involved, and that's what I'll do. I also can play off the ball as well, so I think I fit pretty good.
Talk about coming from such a high-profile athletic family. There's a lot of pressure involved growing up. What was it like?
Obviously young. A lot of people were talking about my brothers and, oh, I'm like the younger version of him and Justin, whatever, but no pressure at all. I'm here to make my own name for myself and be who I am, so that's what I try to do.
Your mom was a great athlete, right?
She was. My dad played as well, even my sister, so it's a basketball family for sure.
What distinguishes your game different than your brothers?
Well, I mean, obviously we all play similar. We can shoot the ball at a high level, get people involved, and obviously play defense. We all like to play defense, so I just feel that I get to different spots different than they do. Obviously Drew being a bigger guard, and I'm 6'1", so I gotta have different crafty finishes and stuff like that, so I think that's the difference.
What can you take from his game defensively? He was actually today just being all defense.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually really good. I thought he would do it too. Obviously, he's a great defender, but both of my brothers do well. Justin in particular, he's obviously long and he likes to move his feet pretty well, so I just try to watch how they read guys and force people into making bad plays pretty much.
Talk about John and Brad. Sorry. You know, what do you admire about their game? What do you see that you might want to pick up? I know you have a well-rounded game from your brothers, but what could you learn from those guys?
Obviously, Bradley Beal can shoot the heck out the ball. He's one of the top shooters in the league, and I've seen his jump shot. It's very, very fluid, and he obviously can get to the basket and get to the spots pretty easily. And John, he's just quick. He can get to where he wants to on the floor, and he knows how to use his speed to get to the basket in places he needs to be. So just taking those two things, picking my spots and getting to the basket, using my speed different throughout the game and try to change pace like that. So.
Do you consider yourself a ball screen guy? And how long have you been playing a lot of ball screen action? Did you grow up doing so in Southern California?
No, I was just hooping in California. But, I mean, yeah, I can play ball screen and I don't need a ball screen. I can get off the dribble or off the screen. It doesn't matter to me. A lot this year, I think I played a lot more pick and roll with me and Big T up top, or Gigi, or the horns action. So I think this year I picked that up a little bit.
What are some aspects of your game that you bring that most people may not know about?
That I can play on the ball or off the ball. I can play defense at a high level. No matter who you put in front of me, I'm going to fight and work hard at that. So I think the main thing is that I know how to play basketball, just in general. I know how to cut, move it off the ball, screen, and just pop when I need to, or just read different defenders. So.
John Wall was obviously in there. You interact with him at all? Have you met him previously?
No, I just said what's up to him just now, but no, I didn't interact with him like that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
So is this your first workout?
It's my second one. I think it went pretty well. Had a good time.
Who'd you work out with previously?
I was in Chicago on Monday. And I go to Phoenix tonight. Work out Friday.
Do you have any others that you know of planned?
I know I got to go to Atlanta, Houston, Memphis. I got 13 or 14 workouts. I got to do some.
What are you hoping to prove in these workouts?
Just be aggressive, show that I can compete, defend, A lot of teams know, what you can do offensively. So just trying to show them the little things that help a team win.
Devonte, I oftentimes ask guys who went to college for 4 years, there's always this stigmatism about maybe they've already developed. What do you say about, people that say like 4-year guys, how much better can they be?
I mean, I feel like every year in the league, people develop. Like LeBron playing his best game right now in his 15th year in the league. So, I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I like Josh Hart. He did 4 years, and he's one of the best rookies that played this year. So, you can always develop your game and get better, no matter how long you was in college.
Speaking of development, how did you go from a guy who was a younger college player, who was good, but to a guy as a senior, they game planned against you? How did you? Talk about that arc of development.
Just staying on my grind, staying in the gym. My confidence built each year. And coach, I can just see him believing in me, so I just believed in myself a lot more. And just having that chip on my shoulder, something to prove, because I was supposed to be at Appalachian State, so I just carried that with me and took it to the gym.
Was Coach demanding?
Definitely demanded a lot out of you, especially at the point guard position. But he felt like I was one of the best leaders, so he demanded a lot more out of me.
Did you have any conversations with Frank coming through this process, considering he went through it last year?
A little bit. The biggest thing that we talked about, though, was just taking care of your body. Because just like him, he had to do 10 to 15 workouts, and that's the same amount I'm going to have to do. So, flying city to city, you just got to take care of your body, make sure you're eating right, getting that rest.
I joked with you last thing when he gets another guy from Raleigh on this team, but to have a guy like John out here showing support, how important was that for you today?
That's my guy, from 919, and we all stick together. So I hit him up last night, asked him in the city, and he told me he was coming to the workout.
I think you were sitting next to him for a little bit just now. Did he say anything to you? Any feedback? Any other interactions you had?
Just asking me where I'm going next, how many I got to do, stuff like that.
Did you reach out to maybe Kelly at all about any of this process, or just said you were coming?
I didn't know about the process. I talked to Donovan Mitchell. Me and him got the same agent, so I kind of talked to him a lot about what he went through and stuff like that.
Do you have a favorite Kelly story from Kansas?
Oh, man. It was a goofy dude, man. It was my boy, though. He was my roommate freshman year, so we had a lot of good times together. That's my dude.
What was some of the feedback that maybe either Coach Brooks or Ernie Grunfeld was able to give you today?
You just got to go in and compete. That's what he was talking about a lot of times when you huddle up. And, our eyes going to be on you. Make sure you're just being a leader. Like I said, doing little things that'll help a team win, because you're not going to come in being the main option as a rookie.
What would it mean to you to possibly be on the same roster as John, being two guys coming from the same area?
I think that'd be a great story. Growing up, somebody you look up to, coming from your city, #1 pick, high school All-American type guy. So it'd definitely be cool.
And how do you think you'd fit with the Wizards if you were picked on them?
I think I feel great. I like the way they play. That's the way we try to play in Kansas, fast, and they got good guards. They can handle it, shoot it, pass it. I feel like I can do that pretty well, and just come off the bench and do my role.
Do you feel like your experience at Kansas and being that you were there for so long is one of the biggest, enviable factors that you have over a lot of guys coming into the draft?
I think so. I think it helped me out, and it helped me prepare and be ready to play right away. Been in a lot of tough situations. Played in a lot of tough situations, a lot of tough environments. So I think I got my body right in shape, and at Kansas, but I know I can get it even better. But I think playing 4 years definitely helped me out.
Speaking of playing fast, your coach there, Self, he said that he had to get adjusted to early shots. Talk about that adjustment. Did you actually see him eventually accepting early quick offense?
Yeah, because my freshman year we played big, so we only had Frank at the guard at the one spot, and we had Wayne, we had Kelly, so we had bigger guards. So it was in two bigs always. So then my sophomore year when we played me and Frank, we kind of started getting smaller and smaller, and we played 4 guards and 1 big. So we just had to start playing faster because we wasn't as big as everybody. So we just tried to out-quick people, and we had to rebound and make shots.
He had to live with those quick misses sometimes, right?
Yeah. Sometimes he wasn't too happy about it. But, like I said, he put that confidence in you, and it was that confidence to take those shots and make one miss. So.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Good luck, buddy. Thank you.
No, it was my second one this year. The Bulls. Yeah, I got to the combine.
So a lot of these guys seems like if you went to the combine and you stayed and you just got worked out.
Because they just said the same thing. Yeah, I mean, just convenient, you know, get the first one out of the way. And yeah, just try to work out for as many teams as I can. Because anything can happen. It's something I can't control. So just showcase, show my stuff as much as I can.
I feel like you've come to the NBA at like the perfect time, considering now there's the advent of the stretch 4, the stretch 5, things that you do well at Michigan can translate right away.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky just playing at Michigan because the stuff we did here, the workout, I feel very comfortable with doing because I've been doing that for the past 3 years, you know, similar stuff, very similar stuff. So yeah, I'm lucky. I'm a blessed man, and obviously that's something I can't control, so I just check every day by day and we'll see what happens.
How was this workout different or the same as the Bulls? Compare and contrast.
It's a little, I mean, it was similar things. I think it was a little more intensity, I think, a little more individual work. Which is good though. It's a lot of fun. I mean, competing is the type of stuff, and we competed in Chicago too. So I don't want to say anything against the Bulls, but no. So that's what makes it fun.
What are some of the feedback that you got back from the team, Coach Brooks or Ernie Glenfield?
I could pass it a little bit more sometimes. That's what I said. But nah, it's nothing surprising. Anything I know already. Had a good chat with the guys. I met them at the combine too. So. We're pretty comfortable being around them, pretty good people.
What's it like when you see a 5-time all-star point guard sitting into your workout watching you compete?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I come from far away, so the whole basketball world is like a whole other level for me. It's literally a different world. So to see that he's just, you know, he's a human being too, and sitting watching me play now, it's pretty cool. And he welcomed us. You know, was a cool dude. So yeah.
At what point in Germany did you know that you could play basketball at a high level? And then at what point here, when you came here, did you realize I can play with anybody in the country?
It's a good question. I never saw it that way. Just tried to get better, to be honest with you. Always the mentality, okay, we see what happens. At a certain point, it made click, and I knew I wanted to do this seriously. And then in college, I knew it right away. I just wanted to prove it. You know, I couldn't prove it at first. So. But I've always been a very confident guy, so that confidence never been the issue.
Well, at what point did you develop your three-point shot, your ball handling skills to be at this level right now?
I think when I started playing basketball, I kind of played guard, handled the ball. So I kind of always emphasized, and my coaches in Europe did a great job, keep embracing that, keep improving that skill. And I mean, I always loved to shoot, so it was never a question either. Even though I didn't really go in a lot earlier in my career, I just kept shooting, you know. And then in college, at a certain point, I went in, and now I feel very confident down the line. So, yeah, it's just started early in my career.
What do you hope you can show these coaching staffs defensively in these workouts?
I think the most important thing that I wasn't able to show in college is that I'm able to switch the ball screen, especially with the way the league is going. Switch everything, you know, stay in front of guards as a big guy. That's something I have to prove that you don't do too much in college, and it's an exciting challenge.
Obviously, a lot of people see from Germany, they think Dirk right away. Was he an influencer on your game?
For sure. I mean, he was kind of our MJ. He was my MJ, you know. He kind of showed you, okay, this is possible. This is doable. It's just basketball. He's from where I'm from too, so there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of belief and motivation.
Do you have any other teams scheduled upcoming?
I'm going to Brooklyn tonight and have a work on Friday. Go back to LA for pro day, and I have plenty of more lined up.
Cool, brother.
Awesome. Thanks very much.